Hello and welcome into Bruins Now. The black and golds have made the past few weeks feel anything but like the dog days of winter. The Bees are riding a 3-game winning streak that would be much longer had their winning ways not been interrupted by a loss to the Red Wings on February 9th. But the Bruins have won 9 of their last 10, not too shabby, and they sit first in the NHL standings. However, they're not the only team that's gotten hot in the East. The Tampa Bay Lightning are hot on Boston's trail in the race for the President's Trophy. The Bolts are riding a season-best 11-game winning streak and trail the Bees in the standings by a single point. Not to mention their recent roster transactions like acquiring Blake Coleman to bolster their offense. So despite the Bruins' current hold on the top spot in the standings, Vegas currently has the Lightning as the favorites to hoist the Stanley Cup. Clearly, the Bruins will need to stay on their A-game if they're going to stay ahead of the pack, and the challenge continues with a 3-game week on the West Coast starting Wednesday night. First up, the Edmonton Oilers, who've won 4 of their last 5 and sit atop the Pacific Division with 70 points. The Oilers have managed to beat solid teams even without Conor McDavid and James Neal, who've been dealing with injuries. The Bees will face a tough test on special teams as Edmonton boasts the best power play in the league, and they're tied with the Bruins for second on the penalty kill. The Bees practice in Edmonton on Tuesday, bracing for Wednesday night's challenge.
Obviously, the Oilers have all their weapons. Not all their weapons, but they have enough weapons every night. I know McDavid's out and Cassian, the good players for them. They seem to have survived that. I think that's the mark of a good team. A team that plays with a lot of structure. They can plug guys in and still get points, so that'll be our challenge.
What is the differences between drives? So they've been doing well, and obviously they're in a tight playoff race. You know that division's pretty tight right now. A lot of jockeying, so definitely expect a desperate team looking to get some 2 points, and we understand that we have a team kind of doing the same thing on our side too. And it seems like this time of year the games kind of get amped up. It's for seeding. It's for anything to get those 2 points. So we understand that no matter who they have in the lineup, they're going to bring the best they got.
Looking ahead, the Calgary Flames are next on the docket. The Flames have won 3 of their last 5 and scored 24 goals in that stretch. And they're a team fighting to stay in the playoff race, currently holding the first wildcard spot in the West. From there, it's off to Vancouver for the second night of a back-to-back for the Black and Gold. The Canucks have lost 3 of their last 5, but are very much in the hunt, just a point behind the Oilers and Golden Knights for the top of the Pacific Division. Vancouver also bolstered its offense, trading for Tyler Toffoli on Monday. Now, fan favorite, well, if you're a Bruins fan that is, Brad Marchand is well known for his petulant antics against opponents, but Wednesday night on NESN, catch a different, rarely seen side of Marshy.
See a different side of Brad Marchand.
Knowing that we were going to win and having them there was pretty cool.
On an all-new My Story, premieres February 19th at 7 on NESN.
Ah yes, Marshy brings an undeniable energy to the ice, but he isn't just a pest, and he doesn't only pump up his teammates. He's quite the playmaker, happily taking on the role of passer rather than shooter on the perfection line, alongside David Pastrnak and Patrice Bergeron. Marchand ranks in the top 10 in points on the season, while he's tied for 3rd in the NHL with assists. And he's arguably number 1 in the league for most adorable personal cheerleader. It's been quite a season for milestones in Bruins Nation, with Tuukka Rask reaching his 500th career game back in October, then Zdeno Chara hitting his 1,500 career game mark in the NHL, 1,000th wearing black and gold. And this week, we had a couple more milestones to celebrate. With the Bruins' 4-1 win over the Red Wings on Saturday, Bruce Cassidy coached in his 200th career win. In that same game, David Krejci got the start in Detroit as he embarked on his 900th career game, becoming just the 7th player in Bruins history to hit the benchmark.
Gretsch, your 900th game today. What does that milestone mean to you?
Yeah, it's a good number, but it's just a number at the same time. Obviously, I'm happy I've been here for this long, and hopefully I'll be here for a little bit longer. But yeah, it's at this point it's just a number. I'm sure once I'm done, then I'll look back and appreciate all these little things. But right now, this moment is just a number for me.
Do you think about 1,000? Does that cross your mind?
Next year I will, maybe. But no, not right now.
You'll likely remember UFC superstar Conor McGregor's visit to TD Garden last March. The Irishman gave the Bruins a pump-up speech in classic Notorious fashion. Well, it's clear that McGregor's fandom didn't end there. Just this week, he tweeted at the team with a simple congratulatory message after they beat the New York Rangers. The Notorious writing, "Job done." All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Bruins Now. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.